Welcome back to Democracy 3 as I play as El Presidente. Unfortunately, Australia's not a republic, so we don't have El Presidente, we have El Queen. But that clearly doesn't have the same flow as El Presidente. In the meantime, I'm probably going to go ahead and find out how we can change our cabinet over here. It costs us 10 political capital to change it. Not really sure what it'll do. Political capital measures the... Okay, we already know that. Alright. Can I choose like where I switch them? Can't seem to drag. See what they want. Desired jobs. I'm sure everyone wants foreign policy. You want welfare. You've got welfare. You want economy. You want tax. You've got public services. You got law and order. And they seem to be in their desired jobs. So it doesn't seem like that's going to be a problem. We can fire him as well and show potential ministers. Oh, okay. So I guess the only thing that I could potentially do is add or switch over ministers with a new one, but they all seem to be pretty happy with what they're doing. So I don't think that's the best use of my political capital. What would be a better use is, let's have a look at some of this extra stuff. Got 21 more political capital. We're about halfway through our term now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we are, which is exciting. Although it seems like we are heading for almost certain defeat, which is also very sad at the same time. Now, I'm pretty sure what I wanted to do is also check this stuff out, because there's more policy IDs here that we don't really get on that other screen. Let's see. Not really for welfare fraud departments. I'm pretty sure, let's see, we're losing a lot of money. Oh no. How are we making so much again? Interesting. We've got a $7.8 billion surplus, which is pretty damn fantastic. So let's go back to policy ideas. And let's go taxes. Here we go. Luxury goods tax. Tax aimed specifically at the high spenders in our society. A surcharge is added. It seems like people are really going to love us, and it can give us a fair amount of money. And I can take that. All right. Health food subsidies. A fat tax. So with fat taxes in it, like, it's pretty interesting because after all, Western nations and a lot more other nations as well these days are getting rather obese. The idea of fat taxes are pretty interesting. Like in Australia, we tax cigarettes and tobacco to a ridiculous extent, which is good in a way, but it's also not too good. But I guess cigarettes are much more different to pretty much anything else, because cigarettes are pretty much made to be addictive. Like companies just put in all ridiculously bad stuff in them instead of just tobacco. Whereas over here with health foods, it's a bit different because obviously people are getting a lot more obese, but you should have the freedom to eat whatever the hell you want. But of course, then it does cost the budget a lot more for helping all these fatties out. And it obviously got a lot more health problems as well. So there's obviously good and bad. Hybrid cars initiatives also seems pretty good. Although at the moment, I'm only going to take the luxury goods tax. And let's see. All right, so we've already got it implemented at the moment. Or is it a new one? I think it's new. Okay, so it seems like raising it will be free. Socialists will love us more. Equality will be greater as well. All right. Seems like equality is, let's see, it's higher, which is good to see. Then when we came into office, did I actually implement that policy or not? That is the question. Where are we? Got no idea where we are. Hopefully that counted. I think it did. All right. Hopefully it saved. Now, all the political capital doesn't actually transfer over into the next term, but it is what it is. We currently have a surplus of $13.22 billion. We better get spending then. It's in good shape. And see, I don't really like this. The polls change so quickly, although it's every 3 months, but still. Yeah, it's every quarter, so I guess the polls can really change that much, but we go on the polls previously. Look at that. Come on now. That's not very realistic. Clearly, we just pulled off some magical turns then, but I guess all our policies are starting to be implemented, but still. And I think you need 50% to actually get over the line, which isn't really the way it works in Australia. But so let's see. Narcotics is a problem, drug addiction and all. Let's see. We've got so much money, so let's see what people really like. Capitalists don't like us at all. We're taxing them to utter disbelief. See, the way I'm playing it now is a lot more idealistic, because we do have to win votes after all. I don't want this. I want policy ideas here. Let's see. Public services, something that people might like free eye tests. That's going to cost absolutely nothing. Free school meals, which is completely weird. As an Australian, you guys in America have like, at least the impression that I get watching like TV shows and all, is that you guys get school meals at school, which is completely different to what we have in Australia. We have to like bring our own food to school. Not only are free schools meals a way of redistributing wealth by ensuring everyone can afford to feed their children, it is also a way to ensure that children eat healthily rather than surviving purely on junk food. All right, that sounds pretty good, and it's very popular with voters. What is this? It just, okay. I like it when this actually describes how much, I don't know, free school meals they get instead of just medium and all. That means poverty's going down, doesn't it? I mean, it should. And see, now I can't go back. So I'm hoping that the policy was implemented. Where would it have been? It would have been here. Okay. All right, so they add another bubble here. I see how it works now. Clearly, I'm still learning how to play the game completely, but yeah, I do want to raise this. So hopefully that means poverty, well, it means that it should go down, so that's good. And all it does is it costs us a bit. I'm going to confirm that. That's all right with me. I don't care about Patriots too much. Popularity, that's very impressive though, that it jumped up that like that. Oh, we've got 14 more political capital. Law and order. Let's see, why can't we get this stuff? Jeez, that is a lot of political capital that you got to have for that. What's this? Detention without trial? No, thank you. Infinite detention. ID cards, internet censorship. Liberals would suggest that the internet's greatest characteristic is its freedom from censorship and control, leading to an open and tolerant society. Freedom has its price, however, and there is no shortage of material on the internet that can assist those with criminal intent. Opinion on what should and should not be censored on the web is bitterly divided. Clearly, we ain't going to be doing that, no matter how desperate we get. Community policing. Jeez, I don't really like any of this. Race Discrimination Act. Transport. Biofuel subsidies seem like a winner. Let's see. National service. No. Welfare. All right. Let's have a look at transport. Biofuel subsidies. I think I'll take some of that. Free bus passes. Clean fuel subsidy. People are going to like that even more. All right. And that should end up helping our environment. And I'll put that up to maximum. Which will also cost us a bit, but it should help us out all in the long run. And look at that. That was perfect. It took us all of our political capital right there. Let's go over here. Ban same-sex marriage. Until recently, this hasn't been an issue. Marriage has been a straightforward issue and a ceremony reserved for heterosexual couples, but increasingly, the more liberal ministers have been carrying out same-sex marriages. Oh, as in church ministers. I was wondering, why the hell are my own government ministers carrying out same-sex marriages for? Should we ban this at the constitutional level? Ban it. It's crazy to allow this travesty of a religious ceremony to take place. By standing by and doing nothing, we're certainly condoning this practice. The church will be outraged if we don't move quickly to put a stop to this and allow marriages. There are no good reasons to ban such marriages. It's no business of the state to interfere in the relationships between loving couples regardless of their gender. Placing a ban on the kinds of relationships our citizens can form is an unforgivable intrusion into people's private lives. That'd be true, but if that actually were true, then the state really should have no say in marriages. But of course, there is a benefit to, I guess, the ideologue in me says that we're going to accept gay marriages, by the way, but the ideologue in me says that the state should have no say in marriages, but there is a positive to it. After all, like protection, first of kin, and all that other good stuff, like insurance and all that other stuff like that before the law. Let's have a look at our GDP. Oh, it went up a lot last turn, but it's going back down now. Unfortunately, we have an uncompetitive economy. We've got to change that. We've got to get down to the stop trigger for that, the increased productivity. Let's see. Let's see. Health. Are people really... okay, I guess they are quite unhealthy. All right. Crime's down, unemployment's going down, and people seem to like us a lot. And I'm also making quite a bit of money, which is putting the debt down as well. So, okay, that should be implemented. Let's have a look at any policy ideas. I guess it'd be welfare for helping people out, welfare fraud, and food stamps. Food stamps aren't really an Australian thing. I don't really know how the dollar works in Australia though, but I think we just get money and that's it, and we can spend it on pretty much whatever instead of food stamps. But religious people, there should be like, let's see, membership of the religious people. It's not dropping down. You'd think that, like, I guess it hasn't taken effect, but over time, of course, I guess creationism not being taught in schools should help us out and all that. But I want to go to, let's see, public services. Where's health? I guess it's here. Public services. Here we go. What's this? State health service. Make capitalists like us a little less. Okay. Private healthcare. See, I'd like to help out private healthcare, but I don't really seem to be able to. Yeah, I think I've already affected that. Stem cell research. Science funding is always good. I just want to be a more productive economy, but we are taxing our people to oblivion. And I'd rather keep it that way. What's this? State schools. Okay. How are our state schools doing? But let's educate my people better. So it'll eventually help out our economy as well. Takes 12 turns. Jesus. All right. I'm going to confirm that. That's going to take up everything. But another special turn. Public smoking banned. There are a number of suspected links between smoking and poor health. No shit. Pressure groups have called for a ban on all smoking in public areas or public as an encouragement to smokers to give up. This is a major step towards cutting the number of people in this country who die from smoking-related illness. It is the duty of the state to pass laws like this in the interest of people's health. It's not the job of the state to tell people how they live their lives. It is a total overreaction and an attack on civil liberties. It's illegal to smoke, so you should be free to do so in public. People must be free to make their own decisions about health. Alright, even though our health is not really the greatest for our people, something that I definitely want to change. Let's see. Let's go. Oh. Well, we could have a look at this. State pensions, state health. Would fund them a little bit more as well, which would drop down unemployment quite a bit. Capitalists already hate us and wealthy people don't like us as well. And I can't use that anyway. They don't have enough political capital. I don't understand how we're supposed to be getting like 50 a turn. Like, how do you get more? What was that thing that was 50? Here we go. What is this? Faith school subsidies. 50. How the hell do you get 50 political capital? You probably like have to just waste a couple of turns or so. Oh god, our GDP is still going down. We've got a brain. Oh, all right, we've got a brain drain effect happening. It's a new situation. Oh wow, we were. Our tax system is encouraging the best and brightest entrepreneurs to leave the country altogether and make money elsewhere. As a result, we are losing out both on our knowledge and skills, and also the potential tax revenue from them and their companies. Okay. So the luxury goods tax is doing that. And the income tax. All right, how can we sucker these bastards in? An immigration scandal. A random check. Oh, there's even sound effects happening. A random check of the food packaging industry has found a shocking number of people doing low-paid jobs without work permits. Opponents of immigration are outraged that the government has been unable to control our borders, and the unemployed are angry that foreigners are taking their jobs. The media are running strongly worded editorials about the government's immigration policy. Alright, I didn't think immigration would have been a problem for us. Where would it be? It would probably be in foreign policy here. So what this is, border controls. This is just a one-way ticket to hell, really. Actually, okay, that was my fault. Cancel. Go. Let's see what this is. That's a citizenship test. Foreign aid. Oh, where's the brain drain symbol? Here it is. Alright. If we hover over it, luxury goods tax and income taxes. Alright, I think it's about time I lowered taxes just a tad. It's not like it makes all that much difference. Let's see what we're at now. 60 billion. Let's go do that. Okay. That has the potential to backfire on us quite a bit. And luxury goods tax, that's something that I just implemented as well. Let's see, there's no real way that I can, maybe I could boost, with the brain drain, it sort of sucks that science doesn't really affect it. You'd think it would. Let's say productivity. Let's see. Alright, labor laws. Let's see how restricted they are. It'll make people hate us a little bit more. I'm going to cancel that. And then I wanted to also have a look at international trade. Alright, so let's go back to productivity. See how we can change that up more directly. What affects wages? Labor laws again. Middle earnings. Alright, how about let's go over here. Economy. Clean energy subsidies. Small business grants. Clean energy subsidies are like what the current government in Australia wants to do. Pretty much dangle a golden carrot in front of big polluters. Seeing technology grants. Work safety law. Robotics Research Center. Special grants to encourage research in robotics. Robotics is a very long-term area of research which will eventually bring about vast boosts in productivity. But at the same time, it will reduce the amount of low or semi-skilled jobs in the economy and thus potentially lead to higher unemployment. Ooh. I like that policy. It's got a really positive and a really negative effect. Pretty good. Work safety laws. Yeah, that'll probably reduce productivity. Technology grants. Personally, let's go ahead and distort the market though with the technology grant or small business grants. Alright, let's leave it at that. Alright, and I'll leave it at that as well. Apply changes. Hopefully we'll be making money now again. $22 billion we were making. Oh Jesus. Oh God. Oh God. This is the end of me. But people seem to love me for whatever reason. Unemployment's up as well. Look at crime. Wow. That's impressive. I guess all the taxes must have changed that. Education is doing better, but GDP. You think with all the less taxes and all, would have a the global economy is in a recession, and this okay. That's why. Relative GDP. Interest rates, global economy. I don't think we can change interest rates in this game because after all, in Australia, the government has no say in that. The government doesn't, but the central bank does. Let's have a look at what else we can do. Science funding. Okay, that's already working out well for us. I just need a greater GDP. So where is the GDP stuff? Brain drain. Okay, GDP. I think well, carbon tax as well. See, we're making a lot of money from the carbon tax, so I don't want to change that about. Let's see, what else? Capital gains, I'm pretty sure I've changed that. Yeah. Maybe I haven't, but whatever. And then we've got an uncompetitive economy too, with productivity hurting us. All right, well, I wonder what would happen if I just skip this turn and not do anything. Yeah, that's the intelligence briefing. I don't think we've got anything to worry about there. Let's see. We've still got a nice surplus, but we are losing money. How much are we at? 169 billion now. It's not good. Not good at all. Cabinet ministers. Oh, jeez. You watch yourself, lady. You better be loyal to me. As should this lady be. I wonder what happens, how much political capital we'll have in the next turn if I don't do anything. Children's food. A law has been proposed to regulate the fat content and nutritional value of food sold to children, including food sold in fast food restaurants and, of course, food served in schools. This is likely to incur costs for the food retailers. All right. You cannot interfere with the free market, even though we just did. This is the state interfering in people's lives. If kids want to, no. So what does this do? Including food sold in fast food restaurants. No, we're gonna grow up with a bunch of fatties. That's what we want. All right. Oh, jeez. This is looking quite tragic. It was looking so good at the start. I don't understand how we can get 63% of people still to vote for us with unemployment going up, GDP down. Oh, God. It's looking tragic. We have a deficit now of $5 billion. Oh, God. It was looking so good before. No. We're so close to winning the election, though. How many more turns? Oh, one turn until the election. Wow, we were. All right. Seems like we've won. This election, at least. Let's see. What would I do to improve things? Income. What's this do? I don't understand these numbers. Look at all the new members to our political party. Whereas the Labour Party, they started off with a ridiculous amount. I think what might happen in this game, or at least the difficulty, is I think Australia might be the most difficult country because it was the very last country that you could choose. I'm not sure if that's true, but I wouldn't be surprised. Which is probably not good for me to be starting off playing as Australia, but I could not say no. State housing. They seem to love state housing, so I'm just going to revert changes. Go back. Let's try to find something that'll give us some money. Implement new policies. Tax, maybe. Graduate tax. Supporters say this is fair because not everyone benefits from a university education, and opponents argue that it creates a disincentive to study purely academic subjects and the arts, as well as penalizing ambition. Internet tax, jeez. Okay, married tax allowance. There is a tax break for married couples. That's the potential costs. We don't need costs. We want income. Plastic bag tax. That's a good idea. Not too bad. Mansion tax. Oh, I like the sounds of this. A special high rate of tax charged annually on the ownership of super expensive homes. This tax is popular with some because it is almost impossible to avoid, as homes cannot be easily hidden. It is perceived as unfair by some elderly people who may have expensive homes but relatively low incomes and thus have difficulty in paying the annual tax. It is a form of wealth tax as opposed to income tax. Junk food tax. Oh, that's not even going to give us much money. Recreational drugs tax. That's what I need. All right, people don't seem to be very happy about that. But it'll slow down legal drug consumption while we still have that liberty to take drugs. It won't be illegal anymore. And the poor won't like us, but they shouldn't be shooting up in the first place. And let's go back to taxes and let's see public services. I wish you could sort this by like what costs the most political capital. Police drones, private prisons. All right, transport as well. There's a heck of a lot of these other policy ideas that we've never really had a look at. But I want health tax credits. Where's mansion tax? That's what we want. Implement that. Geez, the retired people absolutely start hating us the further we go along. We do want to make a fair amount of money from this though, like there. I'm happy with that. All right, let's go to the election then. Oil drilling opportunity. Oil companies are keen to get permission to drill for oil in part of the country protected as a wildlife refuge. The oil suppliers under the refuge are considerable, but the drilling would have a negative impact on the environment. No. Wait, there are literally billions of barrels of oil right here on our soil, and current law is preventing us from drilling for it. Instead, we're importing oil from other countries. The environmental impact will be minimal when you consider the gains that drilling makes in terms of energy security. Nobody wants to spoil the environment, but the alternative is reliance on foreign oil. Let's prevent the drilling. So we still import and need the foreign oil. Let's start the count. Oh god, getting nervous here, folks. Oh yes, that's looking good. Oh yes. Unfortunately, the result doesn't make me too happy though, because what if we go to the breakdown? There's only 2 parties, which I clearly don't like a 2-party system. There should be like independents and all of those like smaller parties. But anyways, at least we've won with 62% of the vote, which is a ridiculous amount. That's actually really well done, I must say. I'm quite happy with that. Religious people. Oh, come on, that's not very realistic either. 100% turnout. Not even people wanted to bludge, not turn up or anything. But even the poor people voted for us. Self-employed don't like us, and religious, parents, wealthy, and conservatives. That's still 49% of the vote. Retired people absolutely love us, which actually liked us the most out of everyone, even though I gave them the wealthy tax. But we are now a legitimate leader. You have managed not only to win the election, but take a majority of the entire electorate with you, leaving no doubt that you are this country's legitimate leader. Damn right. Electoral, oh god. Electoral success. You have been democratically elected for another term. Somehow you have managed to win over the electorate to your political views. Congratulations. I know, somehow I have won. Oh god, a religious plot. Our security services have been watching the group of religious extremists known as Crusaders of the Lord for some time. And recent statements by their leader have given us pause for concern. The organization has become more militant, often advocating violence and direct attacks against enemies of God, and specifically your government. We believe this represents a material threat to our security, and we should keep a close watch on them. Indeed, we should. Hopefully they don't kill us. I guess we restored business confidence with that electrical win. Why do I keep on saying electrical? The head of the church has called upon you to resign and told his followers not to vote for you. Good on him. I could care less. We're still in a budget deficit, but as long as GDP is going up from what it was before, health's also on the up. Unemployment's way too high. I've got to get on top of unemployment, but I'm happy with that. Took us 3 episodes for our first term, but we are going to be back. Surprisingly, somehow I managed to win, so let's keep going until I lose. I also managed to get rid of a lot of debts. Let's see, debts, blue. So it's over here, and then we've cut it all the way back. quite a bit, almost a quarter, I'd say. But until next time, guys, hopefully you have enjoyed this first part of the Let's Play of Democracy 3. We'll be back with a bit more very shortly. Until next time, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed, and make sure you leave a like if you did enjoy the video.